What mistakes do single women who want a serious relationship make?
I knew some very confident women that had their lives planned out and knew exactly who their type was, when they'd be ready for a relationship and exactly what the ideal relationship was for them. They were so hyper-specific about what they wanted that they phased out any natural romanticism in their lives. Their relationships weren't organic attractions, just a checklist.
Not spending enough time single. I've seen numerous female friends and coworkers go through this cycle where they stick around in a failed relationship too long, spend 1 to 2 weeks single thinking they're going to die alone and never feel love again, then start a new relationship with the first marginally acceptable guy they find until the cycle repeats.
Lack of communication. Obviously this goes both ways, but if you are open right away or a few dates in with what you want or are looking for, that will save yourself and your fellow time and potential hurt feelings.
Not being present with the people she surrounds herself with. I cannot tell you how many women I have passed up on because they didn't seem to want to give me the time of day, only to find out later down the line that they were interested in a serious playing your options. Pick one person, invest some time and energy into that connection, and if it doesn't click after a couple of weeks, then move on to the next person down the line. Casting a wide net is not how you keep people around that are looking for a serious relationship.
My cousin is single and she was telling me what she looks for in a man. Brown hair, can play guitar, full head of hair, 5 feet 10 plus, job paying 40K plus, car, owns a house, has a dog. But not a big dog, can cook, willing to pay for holidays abroad twice a year. Same taste in music as her, lets her pick what they watch on TV, etc. ad nauseum. I think she set her bar a bit too high. Her perfect man who could have treated her like a queen could have checked all the boxes but had black hair, or had receding hair, or played the oboe instead of the guitar, and she would have passed them by. Not saying all women are my cousin, but that's an example of why she's single at almost 40.
2. 1. They don't fix their attachment issues, so they keep recreating the same circumstances, again, and they're afraid to ask for what they want. I want to fall in love with someone, get married, and have a couple of kids, and I'm looking for the same from my. They seem to think that will scare men away. Which is kind of the freakin' point, because the men who'll go running when they hear that are exactly the ones she wants to avoid dating. Bonus: not leaving a relationship soon enough. Well, we've been dating for 5 years, and I don't know if he wants to get married, or seems like, when you're 20 and hot, you have all the time in the world to graduate, get your career track started, then find a good man, settle down, and have a family. But life comes at you fast, and 2 or 3 failed relationships later, you find yourself at 32, with no boyfriend, doing the, if I want a kid at 35, how much time do I have left to find a man and get married, math?
Going on the first few dates thinking, this is the guy. Finding a guy with characteristics she doesn't like, thinking she can change him, then blaming him when he refuses to change, assuming this guy is going to be like her last guy, and preemptively, overly being a about something new guy does that's similar to old guy, the, what's yours is mine and what's mine is mine, mentality. Either we both share equally or we keep separate stuff, but dating you does not mean he should relinquish half his stuff while you don't contribute.
Treating the guy she views as a serious prospect worse than the guys who are just flings.
Not getting over their previous relationships before getting into a new one. Just broke up with my ex last year over that. If you tell me you still love your ex 7 months into a relationship with me, bye.
Not asking out the guy they're crushing on would be a start.
I'm dating one right now who's making a mistake. Ladies and gents, talk to your man before reacting to things, especially if it's bothered you for a while. Be honest and transparent. It goes a long way avoiding drama. Here's the mistake. She misinterpreted something I said. Instead of talking to me about how she felt, for 4 to 5 days this bothered her. She went and told her friend who can't hold a relationship and sleeps with married dudes. Idiot friend called the other couple we are friends with. Other couple got mad at me for something that never happened. I had to apologize and explain what she misinterpreted. She doubled down on her misinterpretation. I gave her the option of, maybe you misheard me, and she doubled down again. Here's the thing, when you double down as if you're sure, and the other party knows from their perspective it didn't happen, you've entered into a waste of time argument. I genuinely believed she was lying about the entire thing at that point and had to throw her under the bus for her friend trying to throw me under the bus. Our mutual couple friends said, we know it's a, thankfully they're awesome. In a nutshell, her idiot friend has a habit of making things worse and causing drama, because she's an attention-seeking idiot. She's the worst person to bring things to.
Mixed signals, drama for the sake of drama, flaking out, etc.
I had a woman who came over to my house on a third date and started talking about how she will rearrange my house when she moves in. I blocked her. Respect someone's private space unless you are in a committed relationship.
I'm a female lurker, but a close friend of mine claims she really wants a boyfriend to settle down with, but when she goes on dates, she immediately starts talking about, and all the stuff she's done, that she's seeing lots of guys casually, etc. I think she likes being seen as sexy and desirable, and letting people know that she's DTF. But hearing that, I think for the average guy, makes them just want to her, but not stick around and be committed. So they do, and she gets bummed out that she can't find the one.
Being shapeshifters with no personality of their own. Everything the boyfriend likes, they like.
Chase me is a prize that's of serious of commitment.
Only getting advice from other women in the same boat and staying in the echo chamber.
I am in my early 40s. It is vastly different from dating in 20s and 30s. 20s. Most want to have fun and maybe get married and have kids someday. 30s. Most want to get married to someone that wants kids soon or now. I once went on a first date with a woman that told me she fully intended to be pregnant in 6 months. 40s. It's too late to want kids. They either have them or it's too late to have them, in their eyes, and are finally looking for a serious relationship. They are also wounded from divorce or failed relationships, making it harder to connect. Here is the issue. Most women in their 40s have been on their own and fiercely independent for a long time. They do not know how, nor desire to give up that independence for a partnership. I do not blame them. I have had some great relationships with women in my 40s, who say they want a serious relationship but are so set in their ways, they do not make the changes required to allow someone into their lives. The same is true for men. I struggle letting go of some independence to let someone in. However, I try. For example, I love my family and friends so much. They are a huge part of my life, and for a partner to be a part of my life, they need to mesh well with my tribe. I often try to prompt meeting family and friends. However, I get, it's too soon, or, I am not ready. Those reasons are valid. However, if we are moving into months of dating and they are still scared, they are not ready to give up independence, merge lives and be truly together. After 6 months, I ended my last relationship because she refused to be my date to a wedding. My family was bummed she did not want to meet them after so long. At this age, it's tough to change and give up independence, but if you really want to make something work, you put the work in and show up for your relationship and its growth.
Drama. Twisting what you say to suit their version of just the way some women argue and have to have the last word while saying like, why can't you just shut up? Do you always need to have the last while doing the same thing themselves?
Making good men continue to chase and put in the majority of the effort because they didn't work through their emotional baggage from past relationships. It takes a lot of teamwork to make relationships work, and without the self-work you'll never give your new partner a chance to work.
I find that remaining single makes it very difficult to have a serious relationship.
To realize you are looking for a husband, not a boyfriend. Husband material may not be as exciting as a boyfriend. You need to find someone that will stand by you, is a good person, has a good moral compass and is compassionate.
Being too passive, indirect because they think being direct makes them seem, too. If you like a guy, you should talk to him and not just drop hints and pray he picks up on them.
Not putting enough effort. Some women seem to be under the impression that a guy will just come, put in all the effort and then magically they'll be in a serious relationship. What ends up happening is that the guy comes, tries to date them, gets tired and leaves. Also, expecting immediate commitment. I've often encountered women who sounded like they want you to be official from day 1, move them in on day 2, and take them to church on day 3. Building a serious relationship takes time, but some women are not ready to wait. What's worse is that they'd withhold and that'd only make it harder for a man to stay long enough to build one.